Bismillahirrahmanirrahim. I am recording this video to discuss with you the visual bridge inspection technique. My name is Amir Yaqub and I am working in Road Asset Management System, RAMS, in Communication and Works Department. So these are the contents for my today's video. I will be discussing the introduction of bridge inspection techniques, the visual inspection steps, including the overview of the bridge, span-wise overview, and the element-wise inspection. In the last, I will be discussing about the safety for bridge inspection during safety of the bridge inspector during bridge inspection. So this is a brief about our BMS system, Bridge Management System, that C&W department is creating such a system in collaboration with JICA that will not only indicate the current condition of bridges, critical bridges that require imminent or the repairs at priority basis, and also the bridges which are constructed newly, and this system will help in tracking the project performance. And lastly, the system will also be capable of indicating the best investment strategies for related to the bridge infrastructure. As we know that whenever a civil engineering structures are being constructed, their performance deteriorates with along with its age. Initially, it's in a good condition, but later on, with the passage of time and its age, the condition deteriorates. Such condition is normally assessed through the bridge inspection of using various techniques that involves the identification of damages in different structural and non-structural component of the bridges. Also the identification of types and extent and the severity of the bridge damages. So the purpose of bridge management system is to have such information to not only the timely repairs but also to customize the maintenance budget in best possible way. Because if the bridge damage is being repaired in its initial condition, it will cost much less, and if it is delayed, maybe a full reconstruction or replacement may require, and a huge amount of budget would be requiring. So it's perfectly work on the stitching time saves nines. Uh, the flow of the bridge inspection in the bridge management system comprises of majorly four steps. It's involves the database, which will have all records of inspection and diagnosis and the repairs which previously been done on the structures. It also include the drawings, structural drawings, and other drawings. And the other step is the inspection, which involve the many type of inspections are there. I will be discussing in my later video, in which the bridge inspectors goes at sites and determine the and check its different components and have some records that are recorded into the database. So after the inspection, expert of the bridge engineers sit together and diagnoses the inspection results and see which are the critical components of the bridge that require repair immediately or repair at some time, or maybe the repair could be delayed for a certain long time. But the monitoring would be there for the subsequent inspections. So after the having a detailed analysis during diagnosis, a complete information is shared with the construction or the field formation department that carried out the different construction work accordingly. The continuous implementation of these four-step cycle is highly mandatory for the effective bridge management system. So the purpose of this video is to train the bridge inspector just like a general physician, so that they could have a basic knowledge about that how to inspect a bridge using visual techniques. So the result of these inspection will be used by the bridge engineer, like I said earlier, to diagnose the problem in the bridges. There are many techniques. I have mentioned few one here, like infrared thermography and the ground penetration radar, and the drones are can be used for the bridge inspection. But I will be more focused on the visual inspection using different instruments or like cameras, mainly having the cameras. In the thermography, infrared cameras, the cameras are capable of measuring the gradient of heat. Whenever there is a change in color, shows the material has different heat capabilities. So we can assess that which component is weaker as compared to the rest of adjoining components. So that can be used to have some information about the weaker part of the bridge component. Likewise, GPR use the radar technology to assess the weaker components, particularly in the deck area of the bridge. Another is a visual. Another technique is the use of drone cameras, which take the images of bridge from different angles, and then using a software, a 3D image of a bridge is created that can later be used for identification of its weaker components. Sometimes there are very large bridges, just like in Japan. The longer span may require a very big under inspection vehicle for having access to its different inaccessible components. So in Japan, they use the Ninja tag, uh, through which a climber use the ropes and other safety equipments to assess the inaccessible components to have its visual inspection. If we go for to the visual bridge inspection definition, it's a systematic process of visual assessing a bridge's condition to identify defects, deteriorations, or damages. It involves the careful observation and the skillful capture of accurate image of critical components to document findings and support maintenance decisions. So, as far as the type of bridge inspection is concerned, there are majorly four type of bridge inspection. One is the initial inspection that is usually carried out immediately after the completion of a new bridge, so that its initial condition should be recorded. That will be the reference condition for carrying out the performance evaluation during its rest of life. The routine inspection is the inspection that is carried out more frequently and based on just visual inspection, like a few one or two bridge engineers sit down, stand beneath the bridge and have the observation of its different component, like is there any chance of falling, or the bolts are okay and other components are working well. In periodic inspection, it's the more detailed as compared to the routine inspection. It involves the more closer inspection. The bridge inspector go more close to the different elements and have the idea about the type of damages and its extent and the severity as well. So after periodic inspection, normally it's a scrutiny process in which a general but more detailed as compared to routine inspection. The general condition is recorded and different prioritization formulas are being used so that critical structures which require imminent or the earliest possible repair should be identified. So the detailed inspection of such identified bridges is carried out by the expert, the bridge engineers who then carried out the repair designs for the repair of the bridges. The last one is the ad hoc inspection. Such inspection are being carried out after disaster or some incident that could have affect the bridge after some uh, natural disaster mainly. So if we see the equipments that would be required for such different type of inspection. For example, in case of routine inspection, you just may rely on your eyes, or you can use the binoculars. And there would be a checklist that you need to and you need to tick and make some remarks about based on your observation. In periodic inspection, these are the equipments because you need go closer to the different components of the bridges, especially underneath the bridges. So you may require to use the pole cameras in case if you not go physically close to different components. So the pole camera can help you send your camera close to the components where you cannot be by yourself. Binoculars, of course, and the drone cameras also can take a more overview photo from height so that the whole bridge can be captured in a single frame. And telescopic ladder is used to as to go close to the uh, components where you cannot go by your by simple standing position. Hammers also is used for knocking of the concrete surface so that you could have the idea of hollowness or the chances of the spalling of the concrete, because the concretes first detach at the rebar level before the spalling really occur. So another equipment is the underbridge inspection vehicle is again the is a big equipment that is used to have the accessibility under the bridge. In case of detail inspection, there are more sophisticated equipments are there like rebar fracture, radar for locating the reinforcements, impact echo to have the idea about the concrete strength. Of course, drilling can be used also to extract the sample for later laboratory testing, and the telescopic camera is also required to see into the small spaces, especially the drainage or the in between space between the elements that are so close where no human can physically be there. These are the more detail about the periodic inspection because I will be more discussing about the periodic inspection as the RAM is more concerned about such inspections for having the repair plans and prioritization at some periodic level. So the hammer, like I said earlier, drone cameras, rope for safety, helmet for safety, generator and a pressure washer would be requiring to clean the bridges to have the idea of the crack width and more the condition of the surface of the bridges where the debris or the dirt is too much you cannot estimate or understand the real position. So sometime you may require the surface should be clean before having such record and observation. Crack scale is again used for measuring the crack widths, measuring tape, measurement wheel to measure the span lengths and width of the bridges, safety vest for your safety. Inspection stick is more or less the with the same purpose to have the idea about the hollowness or the chances of the spalling of the concrete cover because when we rub its tip on the surface it could have a different sound when it passes over the hollow concrete. Chalk is used to marking the dimensions for before taking image, and tablet and infrared measuring device is used to measure the distance. Tablet is basically used for recording the observation. GoPro cameras along with the pole is used to go beyond uh, your standing position to capture the images. GoPro cameras, ladders to climb along the bridge, CC cable, charging adapter, batteries, car adapter, power bank, and alcoholic pad in case of injury. You need made to clean your wound and scraper to clean the surface. So this is some description about the equipment which I just mentioned. Like drone is used to capture the our aerial view of the bridges. Pole camera is used to capture the bridge where the access is restricted. Binoculars is used to capture more close view of the bridges where access restricted. Binoculars, basically digital binoculars, they are capable of measuring the images along with the binocular functions. So measuring wheel is used to measure the dimension, crack is used to measure the crack. So full in-depth description, uh, we have formulated a bridge inspection procedure manual and bridge inspection and diagnosis manual in collaboration with JICA that I will upload in comments of this video that can be referred for further information. The inspection procedure majorly be categorized into three components like the pre-inspection, during inspection, and post-inspection activities. For example, in case of pre-inspection, you may require to collect the relevant data about the sites, like where are the sites are located, and you need to plan your full day activity, like when you will visit the first bridge, then second, then third, and so on. And the working of the instrument is also important because the charging of the batteries and the functionality of cameras and such thing require to be verified before going for inspection. And arrangement of other facilities include you must have some helper with you, you have a car and driver and so on, so that you could easily reach and execute the planned activity for your bridge, for the bridges you intended to. During inspection, you would be requiring majorly three things, like you need to verify the inventory that is available on the bridge inspection application. For the bridge inspection application, another video will be recorded and can be used that how the bridge application can be helped to record the different bridge defects and so on. So I will not go much detail about it, but element inspection and the defect ranking in inspection app. Uh, for that, I will majorly focus in my rest of video. In case of element identification, different element like structure and non-structure element will be inspected, and the different angle photos would be required to be registered in the bridge inspection application. In case of post inspection, this is the area where the RAM mostly work, where they use the information entered using the bridge inspection application during the site visit by the bridge inspector. That information will be used for the checking, double checking, and second evaluation by a team comprises of the RAMs as well as the bridge directorate, so that the result which are being gathered by the bridge inspector at site is just not the simply forwarded for the repair work, but it someone is doing the diagnosis on it and then sending the demand for the repair. So after such evaluation, the cost estimation and the repair work is planned and scheduled and shared with the field formation. Here are the bridge elements. So we know that bridges has a main girder, deck slab, piers, transoms, foundation. Foundation could be a pile foundation or open foundation, and there is, I think, typo mistake. It's not a generator; it's a abutment. This one is the abutment. Then this is a diaphragm. This is arch, which I think this is again a typo mistake. It's an arch. In case of masonry structures, this is a bed plate which is casted over the masonry and beneath the deck slab. This is a riprap along the abutment. This is the surface of the bridge. This is railing, expansion joints. This is light pole camera. This is a drainage facility to dispose of the surface runoff. This is lane marking. The attachment that crosses along the bridge for sending the utility from one end to the other end. The this one is not actually a riprap, it is a parapet, and this is the drainage, the one in the circular. This is the bearing between the transom and the girders. So now how to inspect the uh, how to capture the overview photo of the bridges during the visual inspection. So to capture the overview bridges, it is highly recommended to use the drone cameras. Either bridge or covered structure inspector need to capture image pictures from each corner of the bridge or and in the middle of a long bridges. While taking picture from drone, it is required to capture complete view of the bridge. So another important guideline is that the bridge view should be straight in a frame. It shouldn't be tilted or something like you take tilt a camera and capture a video. The position of the drone or the camera should be such that it take the bridge in a straight position in a picture frame. Here are some guideline photos you need done. You may require 6 to 9 photos for for during the bridge overview. For example, from each corner of the bridge and in the middle of each in the middle of width and both corners. But in case of long bridges, you may require another three views in the middle of the bridges. This is also another guideline photo for small bridge. This is also a guideline for overview photo using drone camera. This is I was mentioning that the inspector should capture side view by standing on the wing wall. It should go little beyond the wing wall and should have a complete side view of the bridge because it is not indicating the full condition of side. This is the where the bridge inspector has tilt his camera and the frame in which the image is not aligned. Bridge axes are actually not aligned in the image frame. No proper picture and picture angle and location is in this case. No need to capture while moving traffic. Maybe you wait so that the traffic passes and you take the image when the whole component is visible. This is a tilted view that I was mentioning. It shouldn't be tilted one. It should align with the photo axis. This is the one with the obstructed view and the image quality is very low. So you need to have a good quality and you need to capture an image for such a distance or such an angle that the clarity should be there. Like if you are taking an image, you actually sharing this information with the guys which who will be doing the diagnosis and then other planning related thing. If your image is not good one, so they might have the difficulty in using that image and your whole exercise like going at site and spending time in taking photos will be in vain. So how to capture span view of the bridges? To capture the overview of the bridge, span overview of the bridge, it is highly recommended to use the pole cameras and binoculars, digital binoculars that are capable to capture the videos. Sorry, images. While capturing images, bridge inspector need to capture image by going beneath the structure. So if you are unable to go the under the bridge, so you may require to use the pole cameras that may be positioned in a such a way that camera go beneath the structure and take the images. For every span, six pictures are to be captured, two pictures from the sides of the span and four from underneath of the span at the rate of one side of span. This is a schematic diagram like two image from each side, two image from beneath, from one standing in this position, another standing in this position, and two image from the peer for the peer overview, like one standing one's image from this position and one image from this position. This is also an example, like you're taking side view of the peers and the bottom view of uh, the superstructure. Here are some examples. In case you are unable to go beneath the structure because of standing water or the flowing water, so you may require to take more images for the span overview, like the sixth position as indicated here, one, two, three, four, five, six, and two direction for each position. So it collectively be involving around 12 images that can easily be used to understand the under bridge condition in a case you are unable to go beneath the structure. So it will simply require the pole, extended pole to send downward and take the images uh, in both direction for a particular location. Here are some span overview images like the one here are shown that are self-explanatory. Here is another example where the drones are being used for span overview. Uh, this is the real-time span picture with no girders, where the pole camera I think has been used. This is also a real-time span picture with girders. Now coming towards after having the overview images and overall bridge overview images and span overview images, now the real part of visual inspection will come, that how to capture element-wise inspection using the cameras like I discussed earlier. To capture overview of the bridges, it is highly recommended to use the mobile camera, pole camera, or binoculars by careful visual inspection of all components. Inspection of each element in each span is mandatory, duly recorded using app. App means the bridge inspection application. It's a mobile application basically. For element without damage, one photo is enough, but in case you detect there are damages, so you need to take three images. One will be the far end, then intermediate end, then the close one. The far end images will require to capture 100% of the element, like it indicates that what is the overall condition around the of that particular element. But in case of intermediate images, you may require to take the 40 to 60% of elements so that you could know that what is the situation around the defected part. In close-end images, you need to more focus on the damaged portion, that mandatory be having 100% of damage area in that image frame. Here are some images. Like this one is the intermediate view showing the situation around the bridge. This is a far view, like it's showing the overall position of defect in a complete bridge scenario. This is a more focused one. Here are more examples. Far end it's showing uh, the whole piers under a transom. This is the intermediate, and it is the more focused one. Here are example more for related to barriers for the crack in abutment, and this is about railing. This is about wing wall, where the fall of the bricks has been occurred. This is about the scouring under the uh, foundation slab. This is about the expansion joint, and this is about that you are actually recording some image, you are recording about some defect, and and you are capturing only one photo, so at least three photos should be there, not one photo. In case sometime you will be unable to actually visualize the type of damage, and you couldn't understand due to the limit accessibility, so you may have an option to record such condition as invisible. So during bridge inspection or the second time when we'll go plan for the periodic inspection, so we'll make certain arrangements so that if it may require the cleaning of the bridges or other thing for related to accessibility. So there would be an option that if in certain condition you can record that the defect is invisible. This is also a wrong example that same images has been uploaded for a particular element. So far and medium and close end images has not been captured for certain damage element in a bridge. This is again the same defect has been captured from different angles, but it is not going a far, medium, and close end information. This is the last part of my presentation, as the image shows that this is how the bridge inspector should look like. All such gadgets should he possess while doing the bridge inspection, including helmet and safety vest and safety belt, RO, flashlight and notes, a pad for notes and hammer to check the soundness, so on. Here are a few examples photo that the JICA bridge inspector basically used while doing the bridge inspection. Rope you can see here to be safe against falling, ladder to go or to cross the from abutment to pier one while the water is flowing underneath. Measuring tape and then the safety helmet and safety vest is being used. This one is not wearing helmet, that is wrong. So safety against vegetation and safety against fall into the water. So these are the things that bridge inspector should kept in mind while doing the inspection. So it's like a very tough and rough job. So be prepared while planning such bridge inspections. Here are the conclusions that careful visual inspection from top and bottom of the structure is required. Use of drone camera, pole cameras, mobile camera, binoculars for capturing bridge conditions. 6 to 9 photos for overview of bridge. 6 photos for each span. Overview 2 photos from each side of span and 4 from underneath of the span at the rate of one side of bridge span. Sorry. In case of damage, bridge inspector needed to capture 3 images, far and intermediate and close, and that all these information then be recorded, are recorded using a bridge inspection application that can later be used for detailed analysis and planning for the repairs. So thank you very much for listening.